Okay, so we're going to do this map again for the 12th time. US Territorial Acquisitions, 1803 to 1853. You should be on page, what page are you on? Page 277. Okay. Or TCI, it's the Unit 5 Geography Challenge. All right, so when you open up TCI from Clever, you're going to go to, make sure you're on text. And go to Unit, an expanding nation. Okay, that's where I am now. Okay, make sure you read the passage. I know we read it on Friday. All right, you've got a population density map, and you have your map of territorial acquisitions. So we're going to be making this map here. All right, come down and back to the map. So put your name on your paper. And then look, number 1 says label the Louisiana Territory on your map and highlight its borders. What year was it added to the United States? Looking at the map, it should have a date. So it does, 1803 is the year it was added to the United States. The rest of the question says, how did adding this region change the size of the nation? Okay, so when we add Louisiana, we have this original part, and then we add this part. It takes it and it doubles it. And I'm going to use yellow because that's the color in your textbook. Okay, Louisiana. Okay, the next question says, so make sure you answer it. What year? 1803. It doubled the size of the nation. Okay, the next one. Highlight the borders of Texas and the Mexican cession. The word cession comes from the verb to cede, which means to give. Okay, to give up. Highlight the borders of Texas and the Mexican cession and label these two regions. When was each region added to the United States? So make sure you answer that on here with the dates, okay? Where it says which region was added, or when was each region. So I'll do Texas in blue and the Mexican cession in like a reddish. All right. Texas. Okay. And the Mexican cession. Okay, the next one says, what other territory was acquired from Mexico? Label it on your map. Well, if you look, it would be the part in between the Mexican cession and Mexico. So it's the Gadsden Purchase. Okay. And I'm going to color it purple. All right. Make sure you answer the questions as you go. What? It won't, it deletes them. That's the problem. Trust me. I know. I would have spliced them together. Okay. What 3 trails cross Louisiana Territory from Independence, Missouri? Draw and label each trail. So you have 3 trails that you're going to put on your map. You will put the Mormon Trail on there a little bit later. So if you want, you can put it on there now too. Okay, so we've got 3 trails that leave out at Independence. The Santa Fe Trail, California Trail, and the Oregon Trail. All right, so we'll put them on the map. So I'm going to start with the Oregon Trail. Okay. We're going to leave out of Independence. So let's put Independence on first. Put your cities on first. If you put Independence, you'll know where to leave from. Not yet. It hasn't told me to. Okay. Independence, Missouri. Okay. So let's start with the Oregon Trail. If you look, we're going to go along the river, up through the South Pass to Fort Hall, and then to Portland. Okay. All right. So we're going to leave from here. Head up to the river. Follow the river for a little while. Through the South Pass. Up to Fort Hall. And then this one you have a little loop. And around here. Okay, so that's the Oregon Trail. Make myself a key. All right. The next one is the California Trail. So I'll use green. The California Trail starts here and here. You have a couple different starting places. You're going to come around. And you also have a starting place over here. Follow the river. Go through the South Pass. Up to Fort Hall. And then you're going to come down to Sacramento. All right, California Trail. Next, Santa Fe Trail. So I use blue. I'm going to start a little bit east of Independence for this one. I'm going to come through. I'm going to go south, meet up with the Arkansas River, and then the path diverges. Okay, come up to Santa Fe. Settlers also took different variations. This trail. Okay. one doesn't go all the way to the coast. It goes to Santa Fe. All right. So we've got our 3 trails on here. Make sure you put a key. Bottom. Make sure you answer the question on here. Locate and label the cities at the ends of each trail. Also locate and label the city of Independence. Okay, so it doesn't tell us to answer anything here. It just says locate and label. Locating and labeling. Okay, this city is Santa Fe. Okay, this city is Sacramento. And this city is Portland. All right. And we've already located Independence. Label and lightly shade or outline Oregon country. When did it become part of the United States? So we're going to look at Oregon country. It became part of the United States in 1846. And I'm going to do it in light green. There we go. Oregon. Draw and label the Old Spanish Trail. Locate and label its western end. So now we need to do the Old Spanish Trail. I'm going to use red. Come out of Santa Fe, head north, across the Colorado River. We're going to wind our way down to Los Angeles. Okay. Old Spanish Trail. Then it says locate and label its western end. Western end is Los Angeles. Good job. Okay, LA. Next, what rivers and mountain ranges did they have to cross when following the Santa Fe and Old Spanish Trail to California? Label those rivers and mountains. Okay, well, let's take a look. So coming out here, you cross this river, which is the Arkansas River. And then you pass the Colorado River. So we've got 2 rivers, and then the mountain ranges, you've got the Rocky Mountains, and then you have the Sierra Nevada Mountains. So this whole area is basically mountains. So go ahead and label them. Sierra Nevada and Rocky Mountains. Right. Okay, now where the trail that settlers took to reach the city, leave the Oregon Trail. Locate and label that place on your map. Locate Sacramento. Okay, so where they live right here. This is a place called Fort Hall. Shh. All right, so let's label Fort Hall. Locate and label the South Pass, which 3 trails cross the Rocky Mountains at the South Pass. Make sure all 3 trails are labeled on your map. So here is the South Pass. And I only see 2 trails leading through there right now. So we're missing the Mormon Trail. So we're going to use pink. And the Mormon Trail starts here, a little bit farther north in Illinois. It winds around until it catches up with the rest of the trails on the Missouri River. Here's the Platte River. Okay, I'm going to break off Missouri, go north, and then they wind through the South Pass down to Salt Lake City, down to where they will create Salt Lake City. Okay, and that is the Mormon Trail. Okay, and then check your questions. Make sure all 3 trails are labeled. Make sure you have answers for any questions on your paper that require answers. Make sure you create a key. And there's the map. Okay, we'll add Florida to us as well.